Here we have a scapula. The landmarks we need to know on the scapula start with the superior angle, which is this point up here, the inferior angle, which is this point down here. We need to know the medial border here and the lateral border here. One way to tell the medial border from the lateral border is that the lateral border has this stuff sticking off of it, has the acromion process and the coracoid process. Some people in class were saying it looks like a wing, so the lateral border points up towards the wing. Some other landmarks that we have are the glenoid fossa, which is this whole area right here. That's where the head of the humerus is going to sit and form the shoulder joint. And we know that to deepen the socket, see how shallow this glenoid fossa is? To deepen this socket a little bit, we have the glenoid labrum, which is going to be made out of fibrocartilage. Then looking at this posterior view of the scapula, we have this portion is the spine. So this big thing sticking out the back is the spine. So this is the spine of the scapula. So then above the spine of the scapula, so superior to the spine of the scapula, we have the supraspinous fossa. Supraspinous. So supra above, spinous referring to the spine of the scapula. So supraspinous fossa. Below it, we have the infraspinous fossa. All of this, infraspinous fossa. Then if we turn it around on the anterior side of the scapula, so the posterior side has the spine, the anterior side does not have the spine of the scapula. So this anterior side is smooth. This is called your subscapular fossa. Subscapular fossa. So let's run those identifications again. We'll start here with the glenoid fossa. This up here is the acromion process. In front of that is the coracoid process. So if you're looking at the anterior view, you see that the coracoid process is anterior and a little bit inferior, but mostly anterior to the acromion process. Glenoid fossa, acromion process, coracoid process. Oh, and the other way to know it's the acromion process is if you follow the spine of the scapula terminates as the acromion process. Spine to acromion. Glenoid fossa, acromion process, the high point of the shoulder, coracoid process, anterior to it, medial border, the smooth one, lateral border, the one where you have the glenoid fossa, the acromion process, and the coracoid process, inferior angle, this point down here, superior angle, this point up here, oh, and the spine, so very definitively the spine on the back, supraspinous fossa, and the infraspinous fossa. So supra above, superior above the spine, supraspinous, inferior, infraspinous, inferior below the spine, infraspinous fossa. Then we go to the anterior side and we see the subscapular fossa.